Welcome back, channel the 1952D. Wheat penny may appear to be an ordinary copper cent at first glance, but under the lens of numismatic value and collector demand, it transforms into a fascinating piece of American coinage history. Bearing the famous D mint mark from the Denver Mint, this coin was struck during a pivotal era in U.S. history when post-war recovery and the beginning of the Cold War era shaped the American economy and culture. The penny, part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, was originally introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln and quickly became one of the most collected and iconic coins in the United States. The obverse of the 1952D wheat penny features Victor David Brenner's classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln facing right. This same design continues to be used on the modern Lincoln cent today. On the reverse, two stylized wheat stalks frame the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with E pluribus unum above, a tribute to unity, in diversity, and a reflection of the American ideals of the time. The 1952D wheat penny was struck in large quantities, over 746 million, but most were put into circulation and suffered considerable wear. The coin was composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighing 3.11 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. Although these specifications are standard for the wheat penny series, it's the condition, rarity of pristine examples, and notable mint errors that make this coin exceptionally valuable today. In pristine condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by PCGS or NGC, the 1952D wheat penny can command astonishing prices. This is because only a handful of these coins have survived in such exceptional condition, free from scratches, contact marks, or discoloration. A brilliant, red luster 1952D penny in MS67 plus condition can sell for upwards of $150,000, especially if it displays full strike details and vibrant original color. Collectors value red coins over brown or red-brown due to their superior eye appeal and preservation. Adding to the value are rare minting errors that occurred during the coin's production. Some 1952D wheat pennies feature double die, obverses, DDO, repunched mint marks, RPM, off-center strikes, or die cracks, each making the coin a one-of-a-kind collector's item. For example, a 1952D with a strong repunched mint mark and brilliant uncirculated red surfaces could bring in five-figure sums at auction. Coins with a full strike, bold lettering, and minimal blemishes are exceedingly rare and are often considered top population coins, the highest graded known examples, driving their prices into six figures. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers have reported multiple five-figure sales for these coins over the years, with the most pristine and rare error combinations crossing the $150,000 threshold. Furthermore, coin grading and authentication play a critical role in the market value of a 1952D penny. Coins graded and slabbed by trusted services such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Company, NGC, not only guarantee authenticity, but also make them easier to sell at higher premiums. Grading provides buyers with confidence, especially when paying high sums for these rare gems. Beyond technical grading, the historical context of the 1952D wheat penny adds to its charm. In 1952, Dwight D. Eisenhower was elected President of the United States. Television was becoming mainstream, and the nation was shifting into a post-war industrial boom. Pennies from this era were a daily part of American commerce, used in candy shops, soda fountains, and bus fares. Yet few people would have imagined that a coin worth 1 cent back then would be worth $150,000 today. That's the magic of numismatics. Ordinary objects becoming treasures over time due to rarity, condition, and collector passion. For collectors, finding a 1952D wheat penny in mint state condition is like finding a needle in a haystack. The vast majority were circulated and bear heavy signs of wear. Even uncirculated coins often exhibit nicks or faded color due to poor storage or environmental exposure. Those rare examples that retain their fiery red shine, crisp strike, and flaw-free fields are fiercely sought after. Online platforms like eBay, Great Collections, and major auction houses have seen increasing interest in high-grade Lincoln wheat pennies, with 1952D standing out as one of the most promising coins in the series. Coin dealers and collectors often Refer to population reports from grading agencies to determine how many coins exist in each grade. For the 1952D wheat penny, the number of certified MS-67 red examples is extremely low, making each one a hot commodity. This rarity drives prices sky high when one comes to market, especially if it's the finest known. Additionally, coins with provenance, those that were part of well-known collections, can add even more value, especially if they have auction history or have been published in numismatic literature. It's also worth noting that Lincoln wheat pennies are a gateway into coin collecting for many hobbyists. Their nostalgic design, rich history, and affordability in lower grades make them popular among new collectors, while ultra-rare, high-grade examples like the 1952D offer opportunities for serious investors and numismatists to acquire assets that increase in value over time. In recent years, stories have surfaced of people discovering valuable wheat pennies in inherited collections, estate sales, or even old coin jars. These stories fuel public curiosity and drive further interest in rare coins. If you're lucky enough to own a 1952D wheat penny, especially one that appears uncirculated with a red color and no visible flaws, it may be well worth submitting for grading. You might be holding a six-figure coin without even realizing it. The resurgence in coin collecting, driven by online communities, educational YouTube channels, and investment interest, has made rare coins like the 1952D wheat penny even more desirable. Collectors today are more informed, more connected, and more eager to discover hidden gems, which drives up competition and value. And as fewer high-grade examples become available, the price will only continue to rise. In conclusion, the 1952D wheat penny represents much more than a small denomination of currency. It stands as a testament to American resilience, craftsmanship, and the passage of time. With exceptional versions fetching as much as $150,000, this coin has earned its place among the most valuable pieces in the Lincoln Cent series. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer, the 1952D is a coin worth investigating, and maybe even treasuring for a lifetime. Next up, the 1942 wheat penny without a mint mark, struck in Philadelphia, may look like a common copper cent to the average person. But in the world of numismatics, it holds a fascinating story, especially in rare, high-grade conditions. This coin was minted during one of the most significant periods in American history, World War II. As the nation mobilized for war, every element of American life, including coin production, was influenced. This penny is part of the Lincoln Wheat Cent series, one of the most collected series in the United States. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, rather than a symbolic design. The obverse features Victor David Brenner's iconic portrait of Lincoln facing right, a timeless design that continues to grace the penny to this day. On the reverse are two stylized wheat ears flanking the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin phrase e pluribus unum arching above, symbolizing unity from diversity. In 1942, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 657 million Lincoln cents, which makes this coin quite common in circulated condition. However, what makes the 1942 no-mintmark wheat penny potentially worth up to $160,000 is its condition, rarity in top grades, and the presence of unique mint errors. This penny is made from 95% copper and 5% zinc and tin, weighs 3.11 grams, and has a diameter of 19.05 mm. While the composition may seem standard, the story changes when you consider preservation, grading, and collector demand. Coins that remain in pristine condition, uncirculated with brilliant red color and no signs of handling, are incredibly rare. According to grading services like PCGS and NGC, very few examples have survived in MS-67 or higher with red designation, and those that do exist command immense premiums at auction. A single coin with perfect luster, bold strike, and full details could easily fetch $160,000 or more, especially if it holds the top grade in the population report. The war-era historical backdrop of this coin adds a layer of significance for collectors. In 1942, Americans were facing rationing, supporting the war effort through bonds, and watching their loved ones serve overseas. Even the metals used in coins were affected. Though the famous steel penny wouldn't appear until 1943, discussions about metal conservation had already started. For many families, the 1942 wheat penny was a coin used for daily purchases, tucked into pockets, candy shop counters, and school lunches. This makes it all the more impressive when high-grade examples are found, preserved perfectly through decades of change. Additionally, the 1942 no-mintmark penny is known for several notable error varieties that dramatically increase its value. Double die-up verses, DDO, repunched dates, RPM, and off-center strikes are among the most sought-after errors. These mistakes often occurred during the manual setup of coin dies and went unnoticed in mass production. A 1942 penny featuring strong doubling on "In God We Trust" or "Liberty," combined with red coloration and mint state condition, can skyrocket in value at auction. Some collectors specifically hunt these rare anomalies and are willing to pay large sums to complete their error collections. Another major factor influencing value is authentication and grading. High-value coins must be certified by top-tier grading services such as PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. These companies assess the coin's strike, color, surface preservation, and eye appeal, assigning a numeric grade from 1 to 70. The highest known grade for a 1942 no-mintmark wheat penny is MS67 red, and those with exceptional qualities are extremely limited. Because of this rarity, even one additional point in the grading scale can add tens of thousands of dollars to a coin's value. Graded coins also tend to sell more easily at auction and are considered more trustworthy investments. In recent years, demand for rare Lincoln wheat pennies has surged, driven by passionate collectors and investors. Coins that once sat in forgotten jars are now being scrutinized under magnifying glasses, microscopes, and third-party graders. Stories continue to surface of people discovering high-value pennies tucked in old coin albums, estate sales, or inherited collections. YouTube channels, coin forums, and collector communities have made this hobby more accessible than ever before. The 1942 wheat penny, especially in uncirculated full red condition, is consistently spotlighted as one of the sleeper coins with enormous potential, particularly when mint errors or top population grades are involved. What also contributes to the 1942 penny's high value is the nostalgia and historical reverence tied to World War II. Collectors of military memorabilia, U.S. wartime history, and patriotic collectibles often seek coins from this period as tangible connections to their heritage. Owning a high-grade coin from 1942 can feel like holding a piece of American resilience in the palm of your hand. It represents an era of sacrifice, innovation, and unity, values that still resonate today. For investors, these rare pennies are considered hard assets, tangible items that are immune to inflation and capable of appreciating over time. As demand for physical collectibles grows, and as fewer top-grade coins remain available, prices are expected to continue rising. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and Great Collections have all listed high-grade 1942 wheat pennies for thousands to tens of thousands of dollars. A single coin in MS67 plus red, with a prominent doubling error or immaculate strike, can easily reach $160,000 or more, depending on its rarity and auction competition. Top population coins, those graded highest with no others equal, can create bidding wars among elite collectors. And because these coins are finite in number, especially those with desirable attributes, their values often climb year after year. To summarize, the 1942 no-mintmark wheat penny is not just a copper coin from World War II, it is a historical artifact, a numismatic treasure, and a potential six-figure investment. With exceptional examples commanding prices up to $160,000, it stands as a shining example of how history, rarity, and preservation converge to create true value. For collectors, it is a prize worth hunting. For investors, a secure and appreciating asset. And for history lovers, a timeless symbol of American grit and legacy. Whether tucked into an album, displayed in a collection, or auctioned at a world-class event, the 1942 wheat penny continues to capture imaginations and stir excitement across generations.